And we're back for our daily MLB Best Bets here on the channel for June 7th. It is a Saturday, which means every team in Major League Baseball is playing today. We've got an assortment of games in the morning all the way through the evening here with the MLB. And before we get into the best bets, folks, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below for some more daily MLB Best Bets here on the channel. Yesterday, we posted our game number 2 of the NBA Finals predictions between the Oklahoma City Thunder and the Indiana Pacers. Pacers up 1-0. I told you the Pacers were winning game number 1 outright as plus 460 dogs. So go check out our game 2 predictions. We've been on fire with the NBA all year long. That is linked in the description down below, along with our UFC 316 predictions. That fight card is tonight from the Prudential Center in Newark, New Jersey. Merab Dvalishvili and Sean O'Malley in the main event for the Bantamweight Championship. Go make sure to check that out on Greedo Plays MMA. Go subscribe to Greedo Plays MMA as well as we get on to the first of our 5 best bets for today. Early game, gotta get a bet in, and we do not bet against the Detroit Tigers. I'm taking Detroit here in the opener against the Chicago Cubs. I don't care what the pitching matchup is. I don't. Yesterday, Tarek Skubal goes right through Chicago. It is a victory for the Tigers. They win it 3-1. I get it. Jameson Taillon's been pitching pretty well for the Cubs this season. Taillon's been good. I'm not going to deny that. 3.76 ERA. His last 3 starts have all been really good but okay, here's the thing. He's pitching against the Marlins, Rockies, and Reds. Okay, the Reds at times can get really bad hitting-wise, and you know what happens with Colorado and Miami. So that's why I think it's a great sell-high spot on Jameson Taillon, okay? Yeah, he's looked good, but look at the teams he's pitching against, okay? Colorado, 6 1/3, 4 hits, 1 inning. 1 run. Marlins, 7 innings, 4 hits, 1 run. Cincinnati, 6 1/3, 3 hits, 2 runs. That's great. But you're not doing that against good teams. The last good lineup that Jameson Taillon faced was all the way back on May 9th, where he went 2 Queens to face the New York Mets, 4 innings, 9 hits, 6 runs, 4 home runs. Yeah, I'm going to take Detroit here, okay? This is an easy fade spot for me. I'm pretty sure Detroit's going with Montero today. Originally, he was announced as the starter, but then that got switched to Tyler Holton being the opener. This is, again, what MLB teams do now, and AJ Hinch does this a lot. Hell, the Cubs did this the other day against the Washington Nationals. They had Colin Rie pitch, but they opened, obviously, with Drew Pomeranz. The Tigers are going to open with Tyler Holton. He is a lefty, and then they will likely go to Montero. Obviously, Holton can deal with the Kyle Tucker lefty-lefty matchup and the Pete Crow-Armstrong lefty-lefty matchup to start the game. I love that. I think that's great. You know, Tyler Holton, 4.13 ERA on the season. That doesn't really matter to me. I know what he's going out there to do in the first inning, and then we will see Montero pitch. And Montero's a guy who's been much better as the season has gone on. I remember one point in time this year, his ERA was in the 6s and the 5s. It's much better now. I believe he's hovering around that 4 spot in the ERA. I'm going to check it right now. But Montero has been much better. The 24-year-old righty's now got a 4.02 ERA. And really look at his last 2 outings. Against the Kansas City Royals, 4 2/3 innings, 7 hits, but allows 0 runs. Same thing against the San Francisco Giants, 5 innings, 1 hit, 0 runs. So Montero's been much better recently, and they are going to give him an opener today in Tyler Holton, again, with the main purpose of going out there and figuring out the early matchups with the Cubs. I'm talking Ian Happ, but especially we're talking Kyle Tucker, potential PCA in there as well. Maybe, again, I wouldn't be surprised if we see Holton for 2 innings, right? Let him deal with all these initial matchups. Ian Happ, who's a switch hitter, Kyle Tucker's a left-handed hitter, Seiya Suzuki, Carson Kelly, both rights, but then, of course, Pete Crow-Armstrong. And then I could easily see, okay, you get your first 5 outs. In comes Montero to deal with the rights in the lineup. In Dansby Swanson, Nico Hoerner, Justin Turner, Matt Shaw. So I think that's kind of how AJ Hinch is going to approach this game. There's a reason they have thrown the opener out there in Tyler Holton. And I think the Tigers, who are right now the best team in baseball, 42-23, they are 19 games over 500. They are 22-8 at home in Detroit, Michigan at Comerica Park. This team's great. What can I say? It is a do your job mentality on this team. There is not one guy in the lineup that you can immediately look at and say, all right, this is the guy in Detroit. The closest thing to that is 100% Riley Green, maybe Gleyber Torres, but no, it's Riley Green. But they're just, it's a great unit of guys who just do what they are asked. I'm serious. Gleyber, Carpenter, Riley Green, Torque. I mean, those are the guys in the lineup every single day. But then you get the platoon guys. You get the Ibanezes of the world. You get the Wenzel Perezes. You get the Justin Henry Malloys. You get, Keith. Cole Keith's been playing a lot more recently. But regardless, you get all these guys. You get the McKinstries, right? The guys who are going to platoon. It just makes this team difficult, man. It just does. They're a good baseball team. Obviously, Screwball had his night last night, but I'm fine with this, really. Again, early day game. I think Jameson Taillon's being overrated here. I look at the odds and I see, Chicago is favorites at -115. Again, I feel like Vegas is overrating Taillon here. I think this is a sell-high spot for him. 3.76 ERA on the season. Again, the last time he faced a half-competent lineup, that's against the Mets, and he got blown up. Okay, his last 4-ish starts don't look bad, but again, his last 4 starts were against the Marlins twice, the Colorado Rockies, and then the Cincinnati Reds. I'm going to side with the best team in baseball and the best team in the American League. The Tigers do not let us down. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I think we're 6-1 this year on the channel, picking the Detroit Tigers money line. I think 7-1 actually. We're 7-1 this year picking the Detroit Tigers. I'm going to ride with it again. I think Taillon, again, he's pitching better than he actually is right now. His ERA or his stats look better than he's actually pitching. I'm taking the Detroit Tigers. I love Tyler Holden as the opener. We'll get Montero probably late second, early third inning. Give me the Detroit Tigers to win at home to open up the day. Let's go on to our second best bet of the video. Got to get back on track here with the Nerfies. We've been kind of struggling a little bit after we went on a crazy hot streak with the NRFIs. We're going here now to St. Louis, Missouri. I understand, again, the Dodgers bats. We're just going to have to hope here that Eric Fettuccini can get it done for us. Now, I really have no concern about Yoshinobu Yamamoto. Obviously, the pitching matchup today, again, is Yamamoto versus Fetty. Not really concerned about Yamamoto getting out, so I'm going to be honest with you. Yesterday, 5-0 victory for the St. Louis Cardinals, a game that we successfully hit on, obviously. We had Cardinals money line. I saw the matchup. Robleski, Sonny Gray is a dog. He goes 6 1/3 innings, 8 hits, 0 runs. Again, that's what Sonny Gray does. Unk is still dealing for the Cardinals. I look at the first inning yesterday. No runs were scored with Gray and Robleski. Today, again, right, Fettuccini and Yamamoto. Fetty's been a lot better. He had that 9-inning shutout against the Nationals because, of course, he did, right? I mean, we're going to talk about Patrick Corbin in a little bit, right? But Corbin goes into D.C., pitches a CG, and that's still win. But regardless, Corbin goes into Nats Park, pitches a complete game. Fetty return to Nats Park, pitches a complete game. His last start against the Rangers wasn't bad. Starts against Baltimore and Detroit were a little bit difficult, but Fetty with a 3.82 ERA. I don't mind it. I really don't. I look at the early matchups, obviously, and this is definitely the hardest part of the Nerfy. If we're going to lose this, I'm just going to be honest with you, it's going to come in the top of the first inning. Shohei, Mookie, Freeman, Teo. Yeah, it's tough. I get it. It's tough. Honestly, though, okay, here's the thing. Freddie Freeman's having a great season. Mookie and Shohei, they're going to show up in big spots. Shohei's only batting 290 this season, and it's crazy I'm saying a guy's only batting 290. That just speaks of the greatness of Shohei Ohtani, okay? Not even trying to glaze Shohei, okay? I personally I hate the Dodgers, all right? There are not many teams I dislike more than the Los Angeles Dodgers. It's Mets, Braves, maybe the Padres. Nah, just those two. Just those two. Right? And Shohei's incredible. Obviously, Mookie Betts is a phenomenal baseball player, but he's batting 265, which is still, for Mookie Betts, though, it's like, I think Fetty's able to get a couple outs. I don't know. Again, getting outs against the Dodgers is extremely difficult. This is a team that got shut out for 9 innings yesterday. In the first inning, Sonny Gray dealt with some trouble, right? He got Shohei to ground out, then Mookie Betts hit a double into left field. He gets Freddie Freeman on strikes, and then he gets Teo to roll over to Mason Wynn. I think Eric Fetty's able to get 3 outs for us early in this game. Again, this is the hard part. If we can get into the bottom half of the inning, I feel really good about this. I know, again, yesterday, that's what I said about the damn Braves and the Giants, but of course the Giants start the game with 3 consecutive hits off Atlanta. And of course, don't get me started, okay? I'm watching the end of that Giants game, and that is the most San Francisco Giants way to win a baseball game. Again, I don't know what wizardry, dark magic, witchcraft is going on in the Bay Area. A walk-off passed ball? I mean, this team is just inventing new ways in every single way to win a baseball game. What's next? Guys, there's going to come a time this year. They've already won by a walk-off walk against Mason Miller, walk-off Little League home run, walk-off pass ball. I'm serious. They're going to win off a walk-off balk this year. And then what? They just need to do the walk-off automatic ball that happened to Kyle Finnegan last year in Colorado. I'm serious. Like, every game, it's just, I don't dislike the Giants that much. I kind of dislike the Giants, I'm just going to be honest. But, like, you know, I'll never forget what happened to the Nats back in 2014. But, like, dude, you know, it's just, I don't get it. The hard part, again, I think, though, is going to come in that first half, obviously, of the inning. You go on to the bottom half of the inning. I am perfectly fine with Yoshinobu Yamamoto, personally. Lars Nootbaar, Mason Nguyen, Brendan Donovan. I know Brendan Donovan's having a great season. Wilson Contreras went yard yesterday. He's batting in the 4. Ivan Herrera, of course, made the difference 2 days ago for St. Louis against the Royals. I'm going to take my chances with Yoshinobu Yamamoto. Again, this is a guy who's an elite pitcher in the league, top 10 pitcher in the MLB, not as good as Mackenzie Gore, though. But this is a guy with the 2.39 ERA. Obviously had, you know, some trouble last week with the New York Yankees, going 3 2/3 innings, 7 hits, 4 runs. That's the Yankees, though. So I expect Yamamoto to be better. The Cardinals lineup, still, I don't care what anyone says. I'm still not scared of the Cardinals lineup, okay? This team's just, they're all right. You know, they're better when they don't play Jordan Walker, obviously, like yesterday, but I'm still not moved by the Cardinals. I think Yamamoto's able to get the outs, and then Eric Fetty, we're just going to have to, you know, we're going to have to cross our fingers a little bit, okay? But again, the way I always say this, right, I'll happily take minus 115 odds for Eric Fetty, okay? Again, I expect Yamamoto to do the thing, okay? So minus 115 odds for Eric Fetty to get 3 outs. Yeah, I'll play that, okay? I'll play that. Let's move on now to our third best bet of the video. It is the Washington Nationals best bet of the day. We're getting interesting with this one here. It's not actually that crazy at all. We're going Nats first 5 spread of plus 0.5. So if the Nats are tied or winning at the end of 5 innings, we win the bet, and it's plus 110. I actually really like that because I think there's a really good chance this game's 0-0 going into the 6th inning. I know Mitchell Parker's pitching, but if there was ever a game where Mitchell Parker did not get blown up in the 1st inning, it is today. It is today. The Texas Rangers right now are the worst hitting team in baseball. They are ice cold at the plate. They let Mike Soroka go 6 innings against them yesterday. Now, I think we do need, I know the Rangers aren't very good, but I do think we need to have, you know, we just need to talk about Mike Soroka a little bit. Is prime Atlanta Mike Soroka back? Is he? I don't know. Again, this is a guy who dealt with injuries in Atlanta. He's still in his prime. He's still entering his prime. Mike Soroka's 27 years of age. He's dealt with injuries with Atlanta. Hell, even at the beginning of the season this year with the Nationals when he pitched up in Canada. But Mike Soroka, we've said it all year long, his advanced metrics are really good. He's just gotten extremely unlucky all year long. Soroka yesterday against the Texas Rangers goes 6 innings, allows 2 hits, 0 runs, and 7 strikeouts with only 1 walk. It's Soroka's best game so far as a Washington National, and really, I mean, again, he just got unlucky. He's been getting unlucky all season long. Soroka has now put together victories for the Nationals in 3 out of their last 4 games. I understand, again, winning is not a, you know, it's not a great pitching stat, but I'll take it out of Mike Soroka. You can arguably make the case Mike Soroka is the Nationals' second best starter right now. Again, it's either him or Jake Irvin. But I think we forget how good Soroka was in Atlanta. Obviously, he got sent to Chicago, and I don't care what anybody says, just getting sent to last year's White Sox team was a complete death sentence. So I do not fault Soroka at all for having one of his worst seasons of his career, okay? Just team morale is at an all-time low. I don't care. Soroka looked incredible against the Texas Rangers yesterday, and I think we might need to start having that conversation that Soroka is back. 4.93 ERA or 4.86 ERA. Only expect that number to continue to drop. He gets a start next week against the New York Mets, and I think Soroka is going to impress a lot of people again. So you look at Mitchell Parker today, though, right? All right, go do it, man. You know, Parker has sucked the last 5 starts, especially just in the 1st inning. If there's ever a team he's going to run right through, it's going to be Texas. I'm not even that confident the Nationals are going to win the baseball game. I kind of hope they will. But I just need Mitchell Parker to give us 3 outs. Well, no, actually, this is not nerfy. I just need him. Well, no. I do need him to get us 3 outs because that's going to set the tone, right? That 1st inning has been horrendous for Mitchell Parker all season long. If he can just get out the 1st inning, I think he's going to be fine. I really think so. And then Jacob deGrom's pitching for the Rangers. All right, you know, I'm getting flashbacks, obviously, of when he was with the New York Mets. Okay. Again, there's a chance the Nats don't score. I'm so serious. Like, I'm concerned. This game, I mean, if Mitchell Parker can just give us one tonight, we might be going in an extra inning 0-0. I'm so serious. Like, I'm scared of Jacob deGrom. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm so scared of him. But like, the Nats have power, right? So they really only got to get a hold of one of them. Like, if they can get a hold of a solo home run off of Jacob deGrom, I don't think the Rangers are scoring 2 runs in 5 innings, even against Mitchell Parker. I really don't think so. And at the value we're getting this at, yeah, sign me up. Plus 110? Oh, hell yeah, I'm taking that value, right? The Nationals, we're getting back to the point again, right? We're hovering around that 4-3-2 games under 500 mark. And now you got to start thinking, all right, can the Nationals get back to over 500? It's a mark that they have struggled to find for years at this point. The last time the Nationals were 2 games over 500, okay? And they were 1 game over 500 last year at one point in time, again for 1 game. But the last time the Washington Nationals found themselves at 2 games over 500, it's been a minute, but the last time they did was 1,436 days ago. Was when they were 2 games over 500. Yes, late June of 2021. This needs to change. This needs to correct itself, man. Over 1,430 days since the Nationals have been 2 games over 500. Yep. Not even a 2, like, not even a, oh, they're 2-0, oh, they're 4-2. No. Nope. It's been that long. It was a victory over the Tampa Bay Rays on June 30th, where John Lester started to give the Nationals to 40-38 at home against the Tampa Bay Rays. That's when Kyle Schwarber was on his run with the Nats. And then they proceeded to lose 4 in a row to the Los Angeles Dodgers. And then they went to San Diego and everything got blown up for them. Yep. I think we're getting there. I don't know. I think they should next week. They get the I think it's the Marlins and the Rockies and the Marlins. I think they should win 7 straight games. I'm so serious. Like, I think they can get back over 500 next week. I know, again, the schedule's a gauntlet for them right now. Man, beating Jacob deGrom could really change the season right now. I'm just saying, it could change a lot of things. It could. Will it? Will they? I don't know. Mitchell Parker, give us some outs tonight. Let's go, pal. Going on now to our next game. We go to our second money line of the day. It is the second game of the day today between the Arizona Diamondbacks and the Cincinnati Reds. They are going to be resuming their game from last night. Currently, that game's at 3-3 between the Diamondbacks and the Reds. We're not bothering with that, obviously. We are playing the second half of this doubleheader tonight. I guess currently scheduled for 1:10 p.m. Expect this to not start till around 2, I think. They're resuming their game at around 11:30 tomorrow. I don't think this game's going to start till around like maybe 1:30, 2-ish. Regardless, taking the D-backs here on the road in Cincinnati. I don't care what happens to the resumed game. I really don't. I could not care less, personally. The answer backs are back, right? They've won 4 consecutive games after getting embarrassed by the Nationals in back-to-back games. And yes, the big news came yesterday that they're losing Corbin Burnes for the season and definitely well into next season, probably for this season and next year. And Corbin Burnes is going to become a free agent after that as well, or very soon after. So that sucks for the D-backs. That does. But this team's been scoring runs, right? This is what they do. Their pitching sucks, obviously, and it doesn't get any better with Corbin Burnes out, obviously, and their bullpen is still atrociously horrible. Maybe it doesn't help that their AAA team plays in the most hitter-friendly park in all of minor league baseball. But regardless, I screwed that up the other day, by the way. I think I said that they played in El Paso. It's Reno, Nevada. They're the Aces. Anyways, that's where Andres Chaparro from the Nationals came from. Regardless, though, the D-backs lineup, though, I still think is going to run right through the Reds today. Okay? Again, I don't care what happens to the resumed game. We will see. I don't know if Elly De La Cruz is back. I think he is. Elly was supposed to play yesterday, but then didn't because his flight got canceled back from the Dominican Republic. I assume he's going to be back today. Because unfortunately, Elly De La Cruz's sister passed away, so I don't know. He was at the funeral, so I think he's going to be back for this game. I don't think he's going to play the rescheduled game. Obviously, I doubt they put him back in the lineup, actually, because he wasn't even on the active roster for that game. So we'll see. I assume Elly's going to be back for the second game. Again, that doesn't really change the pick at all. It doesn't. I just don't think the Reds are going to be able to score too much early in this game. And just, Ryan Nelson's been good. Ryan Nelson's been really good. His last 2 starts have been solid. He came out the bullpen for the Nats game, went 4 innings, 2 hits, 0 runs. It was pretty good in that one. Against the Pirates, 6 2/3 innings, 4 hits, 0 runs. right? Ryan Nelson obviously has been forced to step in now to this role because of the Corbin Burns injury. I think Ryan Nelson's going to be perfectly fine here. I think we're going to get 5 good innings out of Nelson today against the Reds lineup that struggles a lot. Here comes Nick Martinez pitching for the Cincinnati Reds. Here's my thing with Nick Martinez. I always kind of, I'd stay away from picking Nick Martinez pitched games personally. Here's the thing, and this is why I feel good about the Diamondbacks. Nick Martinez, we always say it, pitch to contact pitcher. Yeah, that's not going to work against the Arizona Diamondbacks. It's just not. Pitch to contact pitchers don't work out well against the D-backs. They just don't, okay? Because Arizona is going to find the holes. Arizona is going to find ways to get the ball down. That doesn't really favor Nick Martinez, who is sporting an ERA of 3.89 on the season. He will have games in his last 2 starts where he didn't even reach 3 strikeouts. His last 2 games have not been great. I'll say the Royals game was actually pretty good for Martinez. His last start, though, was bad. Against a really good hitting lineup, right, in the Chicago Cubs. 4 2/3 innings, 7 hits, 5 runs. Yeah. Expect the D-backs to do something like that. I'm so serious. This is the Diamondbacks lineup, obviously. We'll see what happens in the first half of the doubleheader. Again, the only reason I mentioned that is momentum, obviously. But look at the way Arizona obviously played that game on, Thursday? Yeah, Thursday against the Braves. We said it yesterday, or I think we mentioned it. Obviously, we were talking about the Braves, but Arizona 7 runs in the 9th inning, right? This team's never out the baseball game, and the lineup right now is just, they're getting going again. Corbin Carroll, Ketel Marte, Perdomo, Naylor, Eugenio Suarez, Pavin Smith, Lourdes Gurriel, Alec Thomas. How is Vargas on this team? I mean, how did Ildemaro Vargas find his way onto this roster? I'm so serious. I don't get it. He had a big hit, though, in that Braves game. He continued the run. What? Ildemaro Vargas couldn't make the Nats roster this year, so they got rid of him. And Davey and company loved Ildemaro Vargas. How is he playing for the Diamondbacks? I just don't get it. Anyways, though, I'm taking the D-backs here. I think Ryan Nelson's going to be fine for us. I don't think Nick Martinez really... I don't think he really goes, I don't think the matchup favors him at all against the Arizona Diamondbacks. And I look at the Cincinnati lineup, obviously, right? Still a lineup that struggles to swing the bat. Swing the bats, let's just be honest, TJ Friedel's, doing his thing this season. Ellie's obviously always a threat. Every game I watch, Tyler Stevenson's doing something. But beyond those guys, no, the lineup's not very good. Look at the bottom of the lineup. It's horrible. Matt McClain, man, has struggled mightily this season, Spencer Steer, unless he sees a left-handed pitcher, he's not that great. He's not going to see a left-handed pitcher today. I just think the Reds are going to have trouble. I think the D-backs are going to be able to score and score often against Nick Martinez, and that's why I'm going with the Snakes to win on the road. Arizona Diamondbacks money line today, -125 in Cincinnati, Ohio, against the Cincinnati Reds. Let's go into our final best bet of the video. If you need a bet for the late night, I will give you one. I'll give you Sacramento Athletics money line against the Baltimore Orioles. Okay, I think Luis Severino is going to do all right in that matchup against Charlie Morton. That's not featured in the video. I'm just giving you something for the late hour. I know the Orioles did not cash for us yesterday. Bottom and top of the 8th, bases loaded. They got nothing. Thanks, Heston Kjerstad. Anyways, I'm taking Garrett Crochet today on the over on strikeouts. This is the 3rd best strikeout guy in the MLB. Maybe the second. It depends where you rank. No, he's the 2nd best strikeout guy in the MLB, right? Only behind Mackenzie Gore. Can he pass Mackenzie Gore today in strikeouts? Oh, God. Oh. No, we're picking Garrett Crochet to pass Mackenzie Gore for the strikeout lead. Oh, that sucks. I didn't even realize that. No. I kind of almost don't want him to get it at this point. Yeah, whatever. We're going to make money. I'm taking Garrett Crochet here on the over strikeouts. Oh, he's going to pass Gore, isn't he? Oh, he's going to. Personally, I think he's going to carve up the Yankees today. Honestly, I was debating, am I going to go Crochet over on strikeouts or am I just going to go Red Sox to win the baseball game? They're at the same odds pretty much. Actually, this is a little bit better. This is, -125. I think Boston to win today's -115. But I was like, I'm just going to go with Crochet instead of just depending on the Red Sox because that does get tricky. I think he's going to go right through the Yankees today. I really think so. I look at what New York's got right now. Okay. We understand the top of the lineup, okay? I get it. Trent Grisham, actually, he's been kind of regressing a little bit, but Grisham's still having a good year for Trent Grisham's sake, okay? Aaron Judge is the best player in baseball. He's batting close to 400. It's insane. He's batting 397. Cody Bellinger, Paul Goldschmidt, both having great years. The thing is, no matter how well the Yankees hit, they do strike out. The most outs that comes out the New York Yankees, it feels like, are strikeouts. They hit the ball extremely well yesterday, 14 hits, still struck out 10 times. Now that wasn't Walker Buehler, obviously. Walker Buehler, yikes. But I mean, yesterday, Zach Kelly comes in, gets 4 strikeouts. This is a Yankees team that's going to strike out, and you face them against the second best strikeout guy in all the major leagues in Garrett Crochet. That's trouble. That's just trouble. Again, I don't know how well I feel about Red Sox to win. I think they're going to. Again, I know that's not the best bet here. I think they're going to. Ryan Yarbrough, okay, his advanced numbers don't really show an elite pitcher right now, even though his numbers, his actual numbers show that he's doing pretty well. I'd expect Boston to hit him pretty well, I think. I don't know. And they don't need to score that much, obviously, with Crochet on the mound tonight. But that's not the best bet, obviously. I look at Crochet and I see, okay, the abundance of lefties in the lineup. I see Trent Grisham, I see Cody Bellinger, I see Jazz Chisholm right there. Okay, those are strikeout numbers for us, okay? I look at a guy like, again, I look at a Paul Goldschmidt who is going to strike out too, struck out twice yesterday. Austin, how can I forget Austin Wells, another lefty in the lineup. I get it again, New York is going to go to their bench. They're going to, try to get as many righties in the game as possible, but you lose a righty in Anthony Volpe, so Peraza is going to have to play shortstop tomorrow. You lose another, you lose more of your depth with right-handed hitters tomorrow, obviously, with Volpe not playing. So I look at the matchups and I say, okay, you get the dinosaur DJ LeMahieu in there as well. I mean, there's just guys that Crochet, I believe, is going to strike out. Again, this is a Yankees team that struck out 10 times yesterday. Zach Kelly came in relief. In 2 innings, he struck out 4 hitters. So if Walker Buehler was half competent at pitching the baseball right now, he might have hit this as well. No, he probably wouldn't have. But it's a big number for Crochet, obviously. 7.5 strikeouts. We look at the two last games Crochet's pitched against the Brewers and the Braves. Crochet 6 2/3 innings against the Brewers, 5 hits, 2 runs, 11 strikeouts. Against the Braves, 7 innings, 5 hits, 12 strikeouts. That's just what the guy does, okay? Crochet should be all right in this spot. Back-to-back double-digit strikeout days in his last 2 starts. It pains me to say that he's probably going to surpass Mackenzie Gore in strikeouts this season, but it's fine because Gore is just going to pass him again on Tuesday. So, we're okay. I'm taking Garrett Crochet to go over his total strikeout number today, over 7.5. It's at -125 odds. If you want to sprinkle on Red Sox money line, I don't mind it, along with A's money line later in the night, but that'll do it, folks, for our 5 MLB best bets here for June 7th. So if you haven't yet, though, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below for more. Make sure to leave a like if you did enjoy the video. Make sure to comment if you do disagree with any of the picks. Folks, thank you all for watching, and Mamba forever.